Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hi again. Yesterday we discussed all the preparatives of the human language, and today we move on to your third chapter, okay, which is regarding the sounds of the language, and in particular about phonetics. So, what is meant by phonetics is that phonetics is the scientific study of speech sound, scientific study of speech sound, or as it is written for you in your book here, it is it is the general study of the characteristic of speech sounds and in phonetics we have so many sub branches, different sub branches. Among them are articulatory phonetics. Articulatory phonetics, let me change the lines here. Okay, articulatory phonetics, acoustic phonetics, what's wrong with the colors? Acoustic phonetics and auditory phonetics. Auditory phonetics. So we have at least three main branches of phonetics. Three main branches of phonetics, namely again articulatory phonetics, acoustic phonetics, and auditory phonetics. Our interest in this class will be only on articulatory phonetics. Articulatory phonetics. And in articulatory phonetics, we are going to discuss the organs of speech, places of articulation, manner of articulation, in order to know the sounds of, at least of English. And we'll discuss a few of them if there is similarities between Arabic and English. So again, what is meant by phonetics? For you in this class, it is enough to say it is the general study of the characteristics of the speech sounds, or you can say it is a scientific study of speech sounds. And there are three sub-branches or three subdivisions of phonetics: articulatory phonetics, acoustic phonetics, and auditory phonetics. Now let's move on and try to understand the articulatory phonetics. Now, as we said, it is our main interest in this class to study articulatory phonetics. The first thing to talk about is voicing. Voicing. Voicing means voiced and voiceless sounds. So which sounds are voiced, which sounds are voices. First of all, you should know what is meant by voiced or voiceless. To understand that, let's have a look at this photo. Now, this is a photo for your vocal folds, الأحبال الصوتية. Vocal folds, or as they sometimes call them, vocal cords. Now, the vocal folds or the vocal cords are attached at the front, and separate at the back. So they can move, they can open and close. In this case, they are open, while when they are attached together, they are closed. Now, when we produce a speech sound while the vocal folds are open, then the sound that is produced is known as voiceless. When we produce a sound while the vocal folds are closed, then this sound is known as voiced. How can we we distinguish between voiced and voiceless sounds? Okay, just produce with me the sound. For example, is, okay. Just say the sound, sustain it, say it for a long time, and say it zzz, and put your fingers on your larynx, على الحنجرة. Put your two fingers on your larynx and feel there is vibration in your vocal folds. Vibration, اهتزاز in your vocal folds. Now, say S, for example, S for a long time, sustain it for a long time, okay, and then put your fingers on your larynx while saying that, and you'll feel no vibration at all. Now, in this case, in the first case, when you produce S, the vocal folds were closed. Zzz, the vocal folds were closed, so they are vibrating and causing voicing. While in the second case, in the S case, okay, the vocal folds were open, so there is no vibration at all. There is no vibration at all. Therefore, according to that, we can distinguish between voiced and voiceless sounds, and we can divide the sounds of English or Arabic or any other languages according to their voicing. So we can say voiced, one column, and voiceless as another column. So as we know, is voiced while S is voiceless. Okay, can you think of any other sounds, okay, in which we can find voiced and voiceless counterparts? Okay, yeah, of course you can find ed, for example, ed is voiced while it is voiceless. Egg is voiced while egg is voiceless, and so on. So we can divide the speech sounds that we produce, and we can describe them according to their voicing. So we can say that this sound is voiced, or that sound is voiceless. Depending on what? Depending on the vibration of the vocal folds. If there is vibration in the vocal folds during the production of the speech sound, then that sound is voiced. If there is no vibration, then that sound is voiceless. If the vocal folds are open, then it is a voiceless sound. If they are closed, then the sound is voiced. So this is what is really meant by voicing. This is what is meant by voicing. So now, where are the vocal folds? Where are the vocal folds? The vocal folds are inside the larynx. داخل الحنجرة, inside the larynx. Okay, and for men, you can feel it. You can feel it. It is. You can feel the top of it, and we call that the Adam's apple. Adam's apple. تفاحة Adam. Okay, for women, for females, it's flat, so you can feel this pointing angle for you. So, again, if the vocal folds are open, then the sound is voiceless. If the vocal folds are closed, then the sound that is produced is voiced. Now, the vocal folds can open and close, Let's watch a movie together, So, and I'll explain that for you while doing that, okay? Now, here is the larynx. Here is the larynx. Inside the larynx, we get the vocal folds. And as you can see, they are attached at the front, separate at the back, and they can get different shapes. One of them is opening, and the other one is closed. Opening and close. Okay. Now, when we want to speak, air comes out from your lungs. Okay, and the vocal folds. Okay, they push the vocal folds. They are assuming the opening, closing, opening, closing, opening and closing again, opening and closing. Okay, so this is the opening and closing, up and down, and there's another movement which is in the like this, of course. So these are the movements of the vocal folds during the production of speech sounds. Let's go back. Let's move on. And now, so one way to talk about the sounds of the language, is to describe them according to their voicing. So whether we get voiced or voiceless sounds, Sorry, what's wrong with this? Voiced or voiceless sounds, and let me see what's in here. Okay, and something else, we can describe the the sounds of the language according to their place of articulation, and this is which I'm going to discuss next time. Thank you very much, and see you next time, inshallah. Bye.